Good morning, members of Blessed Grace Church. As your pastor, I feel the need to address concerns and fears over the coronavirus that is keeping people away from church. Some have asked me why Blessed Grace Church is carrying on with the weekend services when other churches have stopped doing so. My answer is simple. While we respect their decision, we do not have to compare and follow what others do. 3 ministers have met with local religious leaders, including the leaders of the National Council of Churches of Singapore, and advised that churches should continue with their weekend services with all necessary precautions taken. Blessed Grace Church is abiding by this advice. We take temperatures of all attendees, mark the attendance of all present, disinfect the place of the East service, and more. We are doing everything possible to keep our members safe. My question then is, if you still go to work, take the MRT, send your children to school, why do you stop coming to church? Why do you stop sending your children to church? Is the virus only present in church and on weekends? You see, in our fear, we do not think logically. Some have asked why churches have been infected, and even a senior pastor has been hospitalized for the virus. Okay, let us look to the Bible for the answers. For a start, we must differentiate between God being able and God being willing, because there's a difference. Like God is able to stop Jesus from dying on the cross, but He willingly allowed it to be done for the salvation of mankind. He is able to save the 3 Hebrew boys who were thrown into the blazing furnace in Daniel chapter 3 for not worshipping other gods, but He willingly allowed them to be thrown in. In fact, the 3 Hebrew boys recognized this, and they said to King Nebuchadnezzar, they said, if we are thrown into the blazing furnace, the God we serve is able to deliver us from it, and He will deliver us from your majesty's hand. But even if He does not, we want you to know, your majesty, that we will not serve your gods or worship the image of gold you have set up. Likewise, while we should pray for protection from the virus, our prayer should end with, even if you do not, I will not bow down to the virus and stop my church activities. The thing you must know is this: God is with us as we go through these fearful and difficult times. When the 3 boys were thrown into the blazing furnace, King Nebuchadnezzar saw 4 persons in the furnace. Who was this 4th person in the furnace? God. He did not take the 3 boys out of the blazing furnace. He was with them in the blazing furnace. God's promise is that even though you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, you need not fear evil, because God is with you. For the churches chosen by God to go through this trial, good things are already happening in their church. The members are rallying together to pray, and there is a greater love for God and for the church. God will send a revival to these churches when everything is settled, because God willingly allowed them to go through this trial, and they have God's presence to help them through. You see, as Christians, it's so easy to say we love God when all is going well. But when all is not going well, do we run away from God's presence, or do we run into God's presence? We know we should run to God, but does our choices and actions reflect likewise? It saddens me, and I'm sure it saddens God too, that in times like these, when our faith is tested, we fail. There's a drop of 30% in our weekly attendance. But I was encouraged last week when an elderly lady in the Hokkien service told me that her daughters, who are Christians, tried to stop her from coming to church. But she insisted that she wants to go to church. And she came. I pray that after hearing this message from your pastor, the 30% of you will return back to church and join our activities. Of course, if you are unwell, do see a doctor and do not come to church. We all must practice personal and social responsibility. We will only stop our church services when the government says so, because we submit to the authority of the land. So see you this weekend in church. God bless you.